He has the doctor saw him yesterday at noon. He's got a strained Achilles, the same foot where he had the ankle, and he will not play this weekend. The expectation is that he will be day to day starting Monday, and we're hopeful that he plays Wednesday in Atlanta. But he will not play.
Is he pretty down about it?
Yeah, I think so, Bill. I do think so. I think he was, you could tell he wanted to play on Wednesday night. He felt like, but at the same time, for whatever reason, it's been aggravated, and the doctor said yesterday he's got to sit 2 more days.
Coach,
which is frustrating because you want those guys to play together, obviously, for him and for all of us.
The team that's here tonight has been struggling this season, but why does this rookie, Michael Carter-Williams, deserve the Rookie of the Year award that he's up for?
Well, I think there's a lot of good rookies that could be considered for that, but I think that obviously he's gotten a great opportunity and has taken advantage of it. He is a obviously long, agile guy. Has had his moments shooting the basketball, and can get to where he wants to get with the ball off the dribble. And good player, really good player, and it looks like he's got a bright future.
Obviously Avery wants to play, but with so much trouble with the same foot leg, does it come to a point where you start to think about maybe shutting him down for the last week?
Scott, I was asked that the other day, and to be candid, it's so out of my league. I wish that I could tell you that's Dr. McKeon and Ed Lacerte's call. Again, I think that if he could play, he'd be playing. If they gave him the okay, he'd be playing, and I'm hopeful that he's going to play as much as possible over the next 7 games.
I don't know if you saw you play with Gortat, kind of interrupted your huddle.
I didn't see it. I didn't. I think I caught the very, very tail end of it live.
That probably wouldn't have happened if Gortat was here and veteran guys. Is that something? Is that offensive? Is that funny? How would you see that? And how do you enforce that if it doesn't happen?
Gary, that's not a huge concern of mine. Obviously, it's something where you want to have the opportunity to speak to your team about what your team needs to hear. But I'm a lot more concerned with how we played than what that huddle was like, and I think that just adds to the kind of night it was.
Are you going to shake up the starting lineup tonight?
No. Bayless is going to start for Bradley, and there's good reason to, and there's good reason not to be candid. And I like the fact that right now Sully and Kelly are primary options when they're playing in that second group, and Sully's coming in so quickly and playing almost the exact same number of minutes as when he was starting. So we may make changes after this weekend, but I just still do day-to-day on that as well. And I feel like Hump and Bass have not had the best moments together in the last couple games, but they're not the only two on the court. And so I think it's fair to remember that and to assess that while you're assessing everything else.
You put Joel out there for season high 13 minutes the other night. Just your general thoughts on how he played with the time out there.
Yeah, it's so hard to assess the other night, Sherrod, because we were just not very good, and I like Joel's energy. I like what he brings to the table. He's got a great discipline in his screening. He's a good one-on-one post defender, and I think he can give us our best opportunity at a rim presence defensively. So, I think that I thought he did a good job, but like I said the other night, it's hard to evaluate when you're down like we were the other night, because it's, you're not playing with a whole lot of pressure.
That's hard to evaluate. How is it to prepare for a team that has had a lot of those losses this season?
Well, I just look at the 2 times we played them, and they beat us here, and we barely beat them there. the thing that I admire most about their team is how hard they're playing, how hard they're cutting. They're third, I think, in the NBA in forcing turnovers, which has been a problem for us at times this year. They're number 1 in pace, which has been a problem with us in times with transition defensively. So, you know, it's one of those deals where you better bring your A game, and people in this league recognize that. If you don't, you're getting beat no matter who's playing. And you know, for us, you know, we've had a couple of tough ones followed by a really bad performance, and I think it's important for us that we play well tonight.
Butler, they're completely different.
They're much different personnel-wise. They're playing very, very similarly. One of the things that I've said since October when we played them, they cut and play as hard off of both the pinch post and the post as anybody we play. Brett has them playing with great pace, and I really commend him for that, because they offensively have given people fits all the way through because of that cutting. On nights where they shoot the basketball, which they haven't shot it great, but on nights where they shoot the basketball, they're a really good offensive team because of the spacing and cutting that they're employing.
Brad, with the doctoral degree that Bradley, or Butler rather, is going to give you, are we going to have to call you Doc Stevens next season?
Yeah, it's funny. I just said, man, I have big shoes to fill here. I'm trying. I'm doing my very best, right? No, you know what? That was really an incredible honor. I got called about a week ago, and obviously, as you're still in the midst of, you know, even the slimmest of chances of making the playoffs, I couldn't say that I could for sure be there. But once we were eliminated, and you know, it's an honor to be there, because that place does mean a lot to us, and for them to do that for us is, you know, we're thrilled to have that opportunity.